I find the Galaxy S9 or the S9 Plus complete in most aspects, and it can do pretty much everything at par or sometimes better than any other flagship devices that might be out there, except maybe in the camera department where Google Pixel 2 still does a better job. There have been many attempts at bezel-less designs, and with the S8 carrying on to the S9, it still is the best looking bezel-less display on smartphone. The iPhone X, Huawei P20, the Mi Mix 2 or the 2S, they're all close competitors and gorgeous to look at. But there are a few realizations that I've had over the last 2 months with the Galaxy S9 that I just want to talk about, and it's these small things that really make all the difference. The first one is the glass material, and the texture on the S9 feels super smooth both in the front and on the back. And while using, you'd find it extremely delightful as you glide your finger across the screen. It's just one of those intangible things at the back of your head, and you may not even realize it, but it's just there. And you'll realize this difference once you actually hold it, when you unbox it, when you hold it in your hand, you'd know what I'm talking about. And let's say you use the phone with the cover and then you take the cover off later, that's when it'll hit you how much of a difference this material actually makes. The second one I want to talk about is how the app experiences are super immersive on the Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus. I mean, we've all been talking about full screen apps with the notification and navigation panel hidden, but on this device it just feels so much more natural. I really can't justify it obviously through the video, but I can just tell you, and with the curved display, it's just amazing to look at, and it just makes you want to use the device even more. Now, the overall look of the device is something you or people around you cannot ignore. The glass material adds a very interesting and attractive texture, and when you throw that coral blue color on it, it almost always gets a second look from people around you. I've had a lot of people come up to me and ask whether it was the Galaxy S9. I mean, they know it, it's just something that they want to talk about to you when they see it, and it's a great feeling, but that's because it is actually a very good looking device. I have the Galaxy S9 Plus, and I realize now that the Galaxy S9, being a slightly smaller device, would have been a much more comfortable and ergonomically fit form factor. I mean, if I could, I'd switch to the Galaxy S9 because for me the comfort in holding the phone is a bit more important than having the incremental screen size. But the S9 Plus is just that bit too big, and it doesn't really offer that significant boost to your user experience that you might suspect or expect from a device like the S9 Plus. But you do get more battery and more RAM with the bigger size Galaxy S9 Plus. So if that's something that you really want, then you can definitely go for it. Now, the other one I want to talk about is the battery life. It's just not good enough. I mean, that whole heavy user and light user crap does not really matter much because everyone's using their smartphones a lot these days, and there is really no light or heavy user. Irrespective, you should be able to, meet standard average requirement, and I don't think it does. So, but thankfully you've got fast charging, so you're able to charge your batteries real quick. But yeah, you get the point. Coming to the next one is the video and gaming experience. We've all heard about the display, but the overall video and gaming experience is really amplified with the earpiece that Samsung has enabled as a secondary speaker. Now that's something you don't realize immediately because that's probably not something you'd immediately notice, but I think it's a game changer and it's quite loud. Oh, and wait till you're watching something on Netflix or a movie on the inbuilt video player. The second you turn on the Dolby Atmos setting, you'll be in for a massive leap in the quality of sound. And this is much more applicable to video watching and not so much for music, but you could try it out for yourself. By heading into the Dolby Atmos setting and then trying various modes, movie truly delivers the best possible audio for films and shows and videos, and I'm not even kidding about it, just experience it. So that's it, guys. These were some realizations that I've had as I've been using the Galaxy S9, S9 Plus, except for the battery and the size. I really don't think the S9 Plus has any flaws. Everything works brilliantly, obviously, but I've just talked about those small things that, just change your experience with a flagship like the Galaxy S9 or the S9 Plus. I am sure there are other devices that have their own, bells and whistles, but these were for the S9 Plus.